Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at the Lowe's out in West Plano, Texas. You already know the drill. Please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video right now to help push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. Also, follow me on Instagram at GrowFolds. If you have any questions about the plant or have any commentary, that is the fastest and most direct way to get in touch with me. But you can see it is a beautiful Thursday morning, and I am back at it doing a big box or plant shopping video featuring one of my favorite Lowe's out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which is where I am based at. And today, as the title implies, we are going to be talking about the Costa Farms problem. I know that there was a controversial video that was uploaded, so we are going to talk about the Costa Farms problem. And just to sum it up, the only problem we have with Costa Farms is that they have amazing plants at this big box store, and that's really, I just wanted to go ahead and put it out there that the only problem I have with Costa Farms is that they have so many amazing plants to pick and choose from. So today, plant foldies, and for those that are new to the channel, I will be taking you alongside with me. I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome. Let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun and take a look at some of the Costa Farms plants. This particular Lowe's tends to have quite a bit of Costa Farms plants, so I wanted to show you how amazing these plants are. But before we get into
I'm
that,
Janae from Janae Simone.
I'm Steve from I Live Plants.
and I am Richie from Grow Folds, and we are
Cultivation Corner. We are so excited. We have a plant podcast. We talk about any and everything, all things plants, and we premiere every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube at cultivation_corner. So be sure to tune in and watch us.
Follow us also on Instagram, and be sure to share our videos and our episodes with all of you plant lovers. We need more cultivators, right,
Yes.
Steve?
Yes, we do. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna share the video.
You
That's
have
what you're
to.
gonna do.
Have to today. All right,
Today.
guys. We'll see you on the next one. What's super exciting is that Cultivation Corner, Janae Simone and Steven of I Live Plants will be at PlantCon 2025 in Houston this coming Saturday, May 31st. So we will be there together as Cultivation Corner. We're going to be filming lots of content, getting in touch with a lot of the vendors. And, you know, for me, it is all about good vibes only. And today's video is all about having good vibes. I have had a very busy past week trying to get prepared for PlantCon 2025. So for those that are going to be in Houston, let's meet up. Let's have a plant foldy party. Let's all meet up at Peta's Planters with Cultivation Corner, as well as Classy Rabbit Soil. I will be just bouncing back and forth. And, you know, to all of the local vendors and vendors that are traveling from far, we want to make sure that you guys are highlighted. So stay tuned for my PlantCon 2025 video, where I will give you some really long format, hours and hours of PlantCon content. But as you can see right here, plant foldies, I have just walked into the Lowe's in West Plano, Texas. You know, whenever it comes down to me just feeling stressed, maybe having some anxieties, one of the biggest cures for me to really ground myself is to go big box store plant shopping, is to go feature plants from these big box stores. And today we're going to be looking at all of these Costa Farms plants. I know that I used the title, The Costa Farms Problem. I know that there was like a video circulating out there with some valid concerns, but today it's not all about that. It's literally the only problem I have right now with Costa Farms is I cannot stop buying plants from Costa Farms because they are budget friendly, has a huge selection, and are readily available, very universal when it comes down to the accessibility of these plants. And, you know, for a lot of us, and, you know, people ask me all the time, Richie, why do you do big box or plant shopping videos? I will answer it again. And it's because not everybody is fortunate enough to have beautiful local and small business nurseries like DFW. Most of you guys will have access to more of like Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, Target where they have these big box store plants, specifically Costa Farms plants. So today I will just be picking up a lot of these Costa Farms plants and showing you what varieties that they have, what the care tips are, and the plant pricing. So you can see first off the bat, $19.98. We've got an Epipremnum aureum lemon meringue pothos. This is a Costa Farms plant exclusive that was patentized by Costa Farms because that was a mutation that they got a stable variegation to make for the masses. And then Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, this one is for $19.98. This is actually a pretty durable, sturdy plant. It's one that I would recommend. It is part of their trending tropicals line. And, you know, when it comes to Costa Farms, again, you know, a lot of people will either mention that they don't buy Costa Farms plants or they would rather, support a local business. I say let's support everybody, right? It is all about giving that kindness, making sure that we are cheering on everybody. I say that big box stores, while they might be cost effective, know that if you prefer to shop at a local nursery, a small box, or even just a local business, that is okay. And I truly encourage it. I mean, I've talked about supporting Peta's Planters, my favorite Dallas plant shop, and several other small businesses. But when it comes down to it, again, Plant Foldies, you already have told me in the comment section that Costa Farms plants are more readily available to the masses. And today we're just going to be showcasing a lot of these Costa Farms plants. I mean, take a look at this. This is an Philodendron golden crocodile for $19.98. A beautiful plant. And, you know, the problem I have again with Costa Farms is you always run into these gorgeous plants that are readily available at cost-effective plant pricing. And mind you, Costa Farms does not sponsor me. I literally just tell you about my experiences with the Costa Farms team, which, by the way, was amazing at PlantCon 2025. You know, shout out to Justin and Somya and the Costa Farms team for really listening for some of the feedback. I know that I remember giving them feedback about popularizing Aglaonema, and today I am going to show you some Costa Farms Aglaonema, as well as just being able to see what plant releases that they currently have at local big box stores. So if you haven't already, Plant Foldies, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. And I mean, right over here, $29.98 for a self-watering trending tropicals Costa Farm Monstera Thai constellation. This uncommon, well, it's not uncommon anymore because it is readily available at a big box store. What I love is the fact that Costa Farms has made it more affordable. You don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a Monstera Thai constellation. And you know, that is the problem with Costa Farms. They have made plants more readily available, more cost effective, meaning more people are able to enjoy these collector plants. And to me, I don't really see anything wrong with that because at the end of the day, we are all looking at our budgets. We are all trying to make sure we are finding ways to save money. And, you know, as far as all of these trending tropical plants, either they're going to be $19.98 or they're going to be $15.98. Now, we are going to be seeing a lot of PlantCon 2025 Houston videos by this weekend. I plan to film tons and tons of hours of that. And so we're going to see some of the very rare plants. We're going to see some of the variegated plants that are going to cost a little bit more than hundreds of dollars. And so this will be a little bit of a break from the big box or plant shopping videos. But if you don't have that budget to spend hundreds of dollars on houseplants, go big box or plant shopping. Vet yourself a local nursery that will also give you cost-effective plant pricing. Do not feel pressured to go after those really popular trending plants. You can always wait for them to go down in price, or better yet, wait till Costa Farms releases and out to the masses. I know that a lot of people have been looking for the Burley Marks Plain Monstera, and it is a trending tropical plant. I have yet to see it at a big box store in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but a part of me feels like it is going to make it into our big box stores fairly soon. But let me go ahead and just keep picking up some of these plants. You can see right over here, we got some Diphymbacia. You'll see all of the plants I just picked up are all for only $15.98. And again, that is the Costa Farms problem. The Costa Farms problem is that these plants are super affordable, readily available for the general public. So if you are wanting to begin a plant collection, you can definitely get access to a lot of these plants that may be a little bit more outside of your budget. For instance, this Philodendron pink princess used to be $19.98. It used to be a trending tropical plant, but now they've even got it in a self-watering planter for only $15.98. That's $4 less than what you would have paid for about 2 months ago. So you can see that as much as Costa Farms is just plant pricing is budget friendly, they've also got a wide selection of easy care plants. Like for instance, this one right here, Sansevieria, or what you call the snake plant. This one has many different varieties. I don't know all of the snake plant varieties. This is one that I would recommend. And of course, this is not a grow fold plant shopping video unless I feature the Aglaonema red siam. Take a look at this beauty right over here. Plant foldies. Do you not have an Aglaonema red siam? I need everybody that is listening to this video, comment in the comment section and let me know if you have an Aglaonema red siam. I will know that you are actually an engaged plant foldie, a fan of Aglaonema red siam. And if you don't have an Aglaonema red siam, that is okay too. I would just recommend this because this is an easy to care for plant. One that is, again, readily available at a big box store like Lowe's. One that Costa Farms has readily available. You can see that they've got an Aglaonema red siam crop. What is exciting for me though is even though we just have this plant that's considered a basic plant, there is a variegated variety, which I am super excited to get at PlantCon 2025 in Houston. I will be getting it from an international plant vendor called Live with Plants. My friend Sarut from Thailand was able to source out one, the variegated Aglaonema red siam. So stay tuned for that. And that is the reason why I am really excited to show you my plant haul from PlantCon 2025 and just kind of show you what the difference is between just big box store plants and some of the more uncommon and rare plants. Needless to say, I would still recommend getting these easy to care for plants. You know, that is one that I would still recommend because it is cost effective and budget friendly. If you're looking to save money, I mean, look at this right here, $15.98 in a self-watering planter. This one is another Costa Farms Sansevieria. This is a Sansevieria yellow flame. Beautiful coloration. And again, this is another plant that is low light tolerant and drought tolerant. One that I would recommend for anybody that is starting a plant collection. If you want to have a head start when it comes to having a green thumb, find yourself easy to care for plants. And if you notice right over here, plant foldies, this Sansevieria actually has a couple of little baby pups that are coming out. So you can actually multiply your plant collection through plant propagation. Sansevierias like to push out little babies that you can separate from the mother plant. And to me, that is another way to save money is through plant propagation. That is how you can increase the number of plants you have in your plant collection. And Sansevierias, they will do that on their own. They will push out little baby pups as they mature. And so you can see there were about 3 of them in that pot. So really you're paying $15.98 for the price of 4 plants. see plant foldies. We've just got a lot of these Costa Farms plants for a low price of $15.98. You see that this particular Lowe's location has quite a bit of the self-watering planters, and they do have some trending tropical plants. We're gonna walk around and take a look at that. But you know, the exciting thing about these Costa Farms plants is I think the Costa Farms problem is they're just so readily available. They have a huge selection. They're budget friendly, and you can pretty much find them at any big box store. I mean, Aglaonema Red Siam, plant foldies. Please make sure you are buying an Aglaonema Red Siam. They are low light tolerant, drought tolerant, easy to care for, and we need to hashtag popularize Aglaonema. Hopefully everybody has already gotten an Aglaonema, and even for our Hoya heads, Costa Farms has some of these exotic angel hanging baskets. This one is in a 6-inch planter for only $16.98. Now, I do notice that this Hoya does need a little bit of water. You'll notice that with Hoyas, they tend to have a little bit more crinkly, softer leaves if they are not replenished with water. So that just needs a little bit of a drink. And then you can see right over here, we have a lipstick plant right here by Costa Farms. So as far as like some of the plants that Costa Farms introduces into the market, they just again make it more readily available for us to get different types of plants that we may not have access to unless you are going through an online seller, a very specific local nursery or something of that nature. But if you aren't able to travel, or if you're not really comfortable buying plants online, you can just go to a big box store and even have access to a lipstick plant like this. They're similar to Hoyas because they have beautiful blooms. And then if you take a look at here, we've got more Sansevieria trifasciatas or snake plants right here. These are for $15.98. Now, as far as the care tip, and you can see right over here, we have a little baby pup that is about to emerge. Care tips for Sansevieria or snake plants. Water when the soil is completely dry. I still recommend giving them bright indirect light. You can give them lower light conditions. So if you have a dark space and you need to put a little greenery, you can go ahead and place your snake plant there. And then $15.98. This is a Dracaena Lemon Surprise. And as far as another underrated plant, and can you tell plant foldies, I am a big advocate when it comes to underrated plants or plants that people just overlook. I think a Dracaena is gorgeous. They're very forgiving. They're drought tolerant. They're low light tolerant, unless it's specific Dracaenas. And so for $15.98, I think that, you know, if you haven't already added a Dracaena into your plant collection, I would definitely recommend it. And then I'm just going to pick up this. So the Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue, Epipremnum pinnatum Baltic Blue Pothos used to be a trending tropical plant for $19.98. We now have it for only $15.98. And with most Epipremnum pinnatum, they need to be climbing on a moss pole, a totem pole, some type of support for them to fenestrate. And, you know, for those that don't know the term fenestrate, it's basically when the leaves start to split in order for the lower leaves to get light. But this particular Epipremnum pinnatum Baltic Blue, which is also endemic to my home country, which is the Philippines. I have to say this in every single video, but I am a proud Filipino American. Mabuhay and kamusta mga kababayan. So if you are Filipino American, definitely leave some comments in Tagalog. I will respond to you in Filipino. But yes, that Epipremnum pinnatum doesn't need to be climbing up a pole for it to fenestrate, which I think is interesting. Ficus shivriana, $15.98. Let's rewind about 3 to 4 years ago when this ficus plant used to be like $100 to $200. And now that Costa Farms has made this readily available years in the future, it's only $15.98. Like with most ficus plants, I say this in all my videos, you have to get the lighting conditions right. They like a lot of bright light. I actually have a Ficus elastica shivriana growing in full sun outdoors in my south-facing window. So it's actually outdoors in all of that light, and it is doing extremely well. And then over here, $17.98, we've got that Costa Farms combination planter, and then we have a Ficus elastica ruby. This is is another rubber tree plant for $15.98. So as far as all of these rubber tree plants, I do love the coloration. The variegation is stunning. You just need to make sure, plant foldies, that you are staying consistent with the watering. Water when the soil is completely dry. Higher humidity levels will actually increase the vigor of this plant. And light. You need to make sure that there is quite a bit of light here. I would also say, as far as the Costa Farms problem, the Costa Farms problem is Costa Farms makes us plant addicts. We are addicted to plants because they make them so readily available. Again, these house plants are budget friendly, cost effective. There's a huge selection. And so in terms of the Costa Farms problem, aside from just them being readily available, there's just a huge selection. And I just can't help the fact that I am picking up another beautiful Aglaonema red Siam. I mean, this is just a classic plant. It is a plant that most people will overlook. You probably have seen this. You probably have never really paid attention until you started watching my big box store plant shopping video. So I would hope that this Costa Farms Aglaonema red Siam will actually catch somebody's eye and you will just buy it for $15.98. I did want to shout out my super plant foldy David for giving me a super sticker, or what you call a monetary tip. I was able to rescue 2 Aglaonema red Siams at a big box store, and I was able to propagate multiple plants from it. And in speaking of another Aglaonema red Siam, I mean, what are we doing not having this in our plant collection? Plant foldies, please pause, leave in the comment section a heart, a happy face, or even drop a super sticker if you love the Aglaonema red Siam. And for the haters, I already know you are probably trying to press the dislike button. All I'm going to say is this: instead of pressing the dislike button, just don't engage with the video. Go ahead and just leave and stop watching, because it's quite interesting. And I bring this topic up again about social media etiquette. Why press the dislike button? Why silently hate on somebody's content? Why dislike somebody's work that they spend hours on just to not give any constructive feedback? So for me, if you've ever pressed the dislike button, I always say reflect on your actions. Wonder, what was your intent? Was it to improve the content creator, or was it to be hateful? Leave your insights in the comments section. But it is interesting how whenever I bring up pressing the dislike button, I already know who has hit the dislike button, because YouTube actually gives us kind of that information. It's quite interesting, because whenever I bring up that topic, it's like, those silent keyboard warriors, that negativity. It's just quite interesting. And I did want to bring that up because I know that there was a lot of controversy, a lot of opinions, a lot of judgment when it came down to that one particular Costa Farms YouTube video, the Costa Farms problem. I just simply started to be a little bit slightly trollish. I know that there was some sensitive concerns, and that doesn't discredit that or disrespect that. My thing about it is, again, I always say, before we all start throwing stones at people, make our judgments, really look at it all for holistically. But before we get into that, I did want to go ahead and be a little bit commercial and show the Classy Rabbit soil. So Classy Rabbit soil is one of my favorite soils. It is a local business out in McKinney, Texas. My question is, plant foldies, have you already pooped on your plants? Because if you haven't, you need to go ahead and order yourself Classy Rabbit soil. It is got 100% natural sourced ingredients, specifically rabbit manure, pumice, rice hulls, composted food waste. So it's very sustainable. It does establish the root systems for plants. And you can see right here, I am actually potting up in Aglaonema, and especially with me getting a lot of plants from overseas, it is imperative to give the plants the best chance to establish good roots. And Classy Rabbit is the best soil I have used. You've noticed even in my other videos where I was converting a lot of my plants from soil substrates to semi-hydroponic substrates, because I was giving up on soil until I recently discovered Classy Rabbit Rabbit soil. Shout out to all of the plant foldies that have put orders and have tried Classy Rabbit. Leave in the comment section what you think of Classy Rabbit. But if you are going to Houston Plant Con, it is not too late to place a pre-order pickup for Classy Rabbit soil, which enters you to win 1 year supply of Classy Rabbit soil. I mean, that is an entire year where you can poop on your plants, and your plants are going to reward you for that poop with even more amazing foliage. I mean, you can see right here, plant foldies. Look at how fast draining the soil is. And I know that some people have thrown stones at me saying that I am a little bit too commercial. I would say, yes, I am commercial because I do want to go promote, create awareness, and support the people that I know personally, and I do believe in their products. So definitely, again, Classy Rabbit soil, definitely try it. Use the PlantCon promo code PlantCon if you are attending PlantCon Houston and doing a pickup. I mean, I'm hoping that a plant foldy may end up winning the grand prize of free 1 year supply of Classy Rabbit soil. If you're not able to go to PlantCon, you can still go to classyrabbit.com, put in your order, and they do offer free shipping depending on how many bags of soil you're getting. So I would recommend it. It is great, especially for your Aglaonema or pretty much any plant. It is a very versatile soil, one that I really endorse myself personally because of the experiences I have with Classy Rabbit. And, you know, as far as Classy Rabbit, they have a very unique brand where literally they are selling poop to you, and it is amazing. And, you know, as I pick up this Aglaonema red Siam again for $15.98, I swear that is the Costa Farms problem right here. They just make it so easy to get these amazing plants. And I know that you guys are probably just looking at me crazy in the fact that I am really just trying to keep this light, trying to keep the good vibes only, because at the end of the day, y'all, if you invite negative energy, if you invite that controversy, if you invite just all of that stuff into your spaces, you're just going to be surrounded by it. So why not just emit that positive energy, admire the plants, know that these plants are going to bring you joy, know that these plants are readily available again at a big box store, and know that you can grow a really hefty collection for cost-effective plant pricing. And even though people will look at a pothos plant as a basic plant, global green pothos for $19.98 plant foldies. Do you have a global green pothos? This is another trending tropical plant by Costa Farms. You can order plants from costafarms.com. You can get them shipped to you, and it's really exciting to see that some plant foldies have tried their service. Please leave in the comment section what you think about the online shipping that Costa Farms does, and if you have bought some Costa Farms most recently. I haven't bought any Costa Farms recently. I'm hoping that they will release more Aglaonema, but take a look at this beautiful Epipremnum aureum global green pothos, and I'm just going to continue to pick up more Costa Farms plants. And can we just talk about how beautiful this Aglaonema red Siam is? I know that I've been talking about the Aglaonema red Siam for a while, and the reason being is, like I said again, Costa Farms makes these plants readily available. Again, for only $15.98, you can get an Aglaonema red Siam at Lowe's, or you can even find this at Walmart, Home Depot, and even sometimes Target. So as far as Aglaonemas, you know, with PlantCon 2025 just happening this weekend, I will be showing you guys a bunch of Aglaonema. But if you don't have access to some of the more uncommon Aglaonema that you can really only get overseas, you can just get yourself a beautiful Aglaonema red Siam. Notice how it's got that beautiful pink stem, and as far as the borders of the leaves, you can see it's got a beautiful like reddish tone about it. I will say that if you give it more bright indirect light, it may push out even more red. It's a little bit more sporadic, and it is one of those plants like this Aglaonema that will give you some little baby pups that you can actually separate from the mother plant. That's one way of actually propagating it. And I did want to shout out Plant Foldy, or actually Super Plant Foldy, David, again, for giving me a super sticker to where I was able to rescue 2 Aglaonema red siams. There will be a future video of me showing you how I actually potted up the Aglaonema rescues with Classy Rabbit soil. You can see I just picked up a Philodendron tortum, and then you can see right over here this Epipremnum aureum global green pothos. I really like the Epipremnum aureum global green pothos. Beautiful green on green variegation, and I just can't believe that this pothos cost me $50 a couple years back for a 1-leaf 1-node cutting, and now you can find it at a big box store, something as lush, full and trailing like this, for only $15.90. Actually, not $15, sorry, $19.98. It's a trending tropical Costa Farms. Sometimes I forget that they have the self-watering planters and then the Costa Farms trending tropical plants. That is the problem. The Costa Farms problem is the fact that they have so many plants to choose from, and I mentioned this throughout the video, but as you can see right here, we've got many selections. And can we just talk about how it is always amazing to go film plants, especially when the lighting is great. It's very inviting. Let me know in the comment section if you agree, plant foldies, and let me know if you prefer the global green pothos or the lemon meringue pothos. You'll notice the global green pothos actually has slightly larger, rounder leaves versus the lemon meringue pothos. That one has smaller leaves. Both pothos plants, these green on green variegated ones, are a little bit sensitive to drought, so you don't really want to keep it dry for too long. And then right over here again, this is another beautiful Aglaonema Silver Bay. Now the Aglaonema Silver Bay, this one is actually by Live Trends Design for $19.98. So as far as the plants that you will see at Lowe's, again, these budget-friendly, easy care plants can be found from Lowe's either through Costa Farms, Live Trends Design, or Urban Jungle Plants. The majority of plants I will be talking about, though, throughout this video will be mostly Costa Farms. I mean, I guess it's a play on words when I talk about just the Costa Farms problems, because we can look at it as problematic, or we can talk about just the fact that it does feed into our plant addictions. And I already know, for my haters, for those that are not really a fan of some of my content, I know that you guys have asked me to stop talking about plant addictions, but here's the thing, plant addiction is real. You will see that whenever I go through my plant haul video for PlantCon 2025 in Houston, so definitely stay tuned for that. But as far as shopping, that is one of the biggest problems of Costa Farms plants, is that you want to buy these plants. There's just so many to choose from, and if you select or choose to not buy the plant, whenever you go to a big box store, it just reappears, which is the reason why Costa Farms, it's one of those things where it is very much so addicting for the plants. The same thing can be said about Urban Jungle Plants. Now these ones are for $13.98. This one is a beautiful Peperomia Guinea, or Ginny, however you pronounce it, and this one actually behaves more like a succulent plant. It wants to be more on the drier side, and if you give it more bright indirect light, it actually sun stresses to the point where you'll get pink margins or pink borders around the leaves. So really love the look of that. And then we have another Urban Jungle plant. These terracotta hand-painted planters are only for $13.98. This one is a Peperomia obtusifolia. This one's just a green variety, very durable plant. And just like Urban Jungle Plants, Costa Farms actually has this as a cost-effective plant, again, for only $5.98 under their Costa Farms Exotic Angel line. And then what else do we have here? We have another one by Urban Jungle Plants. This one is some type of philodendron. Not 100% sure what it is, but it is for $13.98. And can we talk about how beautiful this Peperomia obtusifolia variegata is by Urban Jungle Plants? This one is for $13.98. And I have to keep playing this song in the background. This is the DJ Bang Beats, my music creator for my content. This one is called You're on the Beat by DJ Bang Beats. So, you know, as far as the plants that I'm picking up, I'm going to go ahead and just let this track play so that way you guys can kind of bop your head around and just enjoy a bunch of these plants. You know, a lot of my plant shopping videos is really me just talking to you guys about just whatever insights I have. And obviously, if you guys are watching or this during a live premiere chat, it just gives a sense of community where we can all just chat about things. So I just really love the fact that you guys have participated in the live chat. Thank you so much for that, and just thank you for tuning into my plant content. I really am excited for the next couple of days with PlantCon 2025 and just being able to share all of the beautiful local and international vendors that have worked really hard to get these plants available. We're going to see a lot of rare and variegated plants, tons of Aglaonema, and my campaign to hashtag popularize Aglaonema. Hopefully I can show you guys a lot of that. I'm also just really excited to have Janae Simone and Stephen of I Live Plants for the Cultivation Corner Plant Podcast Trio. Hopefully we will get season 3 underway in terms of filming. We just had a lot going on in terms of our personal lives, then the things that are going on with just our jobs and just the day-to-day routine. So for me, whenever I reflect back and whenever I am doing my voiceovers and just giving you guys insights about the plants, you can look at me picking up the plants, but just know that I'm also going to just be talking to you about my life personally, whatever is going on currently, and also just to check in on you guys. Like I said again, you know, a lot of this social media presence is really to make sure that we are fostering a positive environment where we are celebrating each other's wins, and we are there to support each other through our struggles. And I think that plants really bring a lot of people together in that sense. There is that saying on social media where plants make people happy. Plants definitely make me make me happy. The plant foldies definitely make me happy, and being able to share these big box store plants and show you the prices, give you the plant care tips, and just let you guys know that it is okay to go buy big box store plants. Don't feel like you are taking away from a local business when you are choosing to buy some plants from big box stores, because at the end of the day, as I've repeated myself on multiple occasions, diversify where you buy your plants. If you need a little bit more cost-effective, budget-friendly plants, maybe the big box store might help you out. However, if you feel like you want to choose to go shop small, that is okay too, and I really encourage that. But I think there needs to be a balance for both. I feel like oftentimes we have to choose a side where we just want to buy a certain plant from, say, just big box stores, or feel like, you know, you can be anti big box stores and just buy plants from local and small businesses. I believe that there could be a balance for both, and I think that that is a healthy way of looking at things. Maybe I could be wrong. Please leave in the comment section what you think. You know, obviously I like to just give you guys my opinions, and always, we don't always have to agree on things. As long as we go about it in a respectful way. And that to me is really the key of it, just being able to open that dialogue amongst each other. Because as you can see right here, look at the Costa Farms problem. The Costa Farms problem is they have so many plants, and I keep repeating myself, but look at this. I could go around this Lowe's location and pick up a Calathea or Orbifolia, look up here, and you can see that there is a beautiful Epipremnum Arium Global, and actually Golden Pothos for only $16.98. So everywhere you turn, no matter whether you are a Costa Farms plant fan or somebody who's not really feeling Costa Farms, just know that if you're at a big box store, you're going to find a Costa Farms plant. And I think for some people that could be problematic. For me, the only problem is you just have so many other options for that. For instance, it's Philodendron Birkin, for instance, $15.98. Ficus elastica ruby, that one is also for $15.98. And you know, that's the thing about Costa Farms, they have really made these plants readily available. I am curious, for those that have actually bought Costa Farms plants, or for those that want a Costa Farms plant, what Costa Farm plants are on your wish list? What Costa Farms trending tropical plant was a huge win for you? please leave that in the comment section below. I'd really like to know your insights because I love that engagement and I just really like opening that dialogue. So I'm going to continue to just show you all of the beautiful Costa Farms plants. So we're going to be approaching all of these beautiful Philodendron golden crocodiles, for instance. And so let's just enjoy all of this beautiful foliage that Costa Farms has available for us to purchase. Take a look at this beautiful leaf right over here. I mean, it is literally yellow. This is the Philodendron golden crocodile, again by Costa Farms. That is only for $19.98 in a self-watering planter. And right next to it is a beautiful global green pothos. I would say global green pothos is probably in my top 5 as far as my favorite pothos plant. So in the order right now, I love the neon pothos. Then the Manjula pothos is a close second. And then as far as the next one, it would either be an Enjoy pothos or a Pearls and Jade pothos, and then maybe the global green pothos. So those are really very close, because at the end of the day, all pothos plants are easy to take care of, and Costa Farms has many varieties. They've already come out with some of the Japanese Teruno series pothos, like the Shangri-La pothos that looks like spinach, and then also the the Champs Ulysses pothos. Now over here we have a Monstera Cobra, or also what you call the Monstera Stadliana Albo, for $19.98. And then we have a Philodendron White Knight here, beautiful variegation, for $19.98. And I remember the Royal Philodendron series, the Philodendron White Knight, Pink Princess, White Wizard. All of these philodendrons about 4 to 5 years ago used to cost more than $100 a piece. And then this plant has never really had a large price tag for it. This is a large version of a Aglaonema Silver Bay, and these are for $29.98 in a 10-inch planter. It's just interesting how something like this, as easy care and readily available, just doesn't have the big price tag. But just like I said again, the Costa Farms problem is their prices are extremely affordable. And even the Aglaonema Silver Bay, regardless of whether you think it's a pretty plant or not, it is a stable plant that is very easy to care for. And it's one that I would recommend because it is an easy to care for plant. It is low light tolerant, drought tolerant, readily available. You can propagate it easily. And if you want to be cool like me or the plant foldies, you would definitely want to talk about the Aglaonema. Aglaonema is still an underrated plant, but I truly believe if we continue to talk about Aglaonema, we can actually get it to become a trending plant. So if you do have any Aglaonema pictures of your Aglaonema, or even Costa Farms Aglaonema, definitely post on your Instagram, Facebook, or any socials and use the hashtag popularize Aglaonema. And I just want to spin around here, plant foldies, because it looks like the majority of the plants at this particular Lowe's location collection is already sold through, or they've changed their inventory. But this one is a Philodendron heteroecium. This one is the heart-shaped leaf philodendron for $16.98. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue to show you the setup of the plants right over here. They do have a combination of live trend design plants as well as urban jungle plants. So let's just take a look at what they have available here. And you can see right here, plant foldies. We are looking at the Costa Farms plants again, and you can see that this one is another Aglaonema. This one is an Aglaonema electric lime for $15.98. Beautiful plant, and we're just going to keep looking at a lot of these plants that are readily available. Can you tell that I just love Aglaonema? I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys have already been plant influenced by me, and hopefully it's a good thing, because this is the Costa Farms problem. Because look at this, so many varieties of Aglaonema that they've released in the US market. This one is beautiful because if you look at the leaves, it's got a very metallic shine to it, and I love the white stems on it. And then we have another Aglaonema right here. This is another Aglaonema electric lime. This actually can get fairly large as well, and I just love the fact that even if I didn't buy this plant today, I would know that this plant would be at a big box store like Lowe's eventually if I were to choose to buy this plant again. I already have 3 of these types of Aglaonema in my plant collection. And can we all agree that this is just a stunning Aglaonema right over here? Look at the leaves, the metallic shine, the white stems, and it's an easy to care for plant. And I'm still baffled. I'm still confused. I'm still not understanding why more people are not getting into the Aglaonema plants. I mean, we have a bunch of Hoya heads, folks that really love Hoyas. We definitely have people that are very much into anthuriums. We definitely have people that love variegated monsteras, variegated philodendrons, but can we get the Aglaonema together? Maybe Costa Farms needs to create a bigger problem and get people addicted to Aglaonema by releasing more out here. I mean, you can see right over here, I'm just going to be intentional and just show you the Costa Farms plants that I am a fan of, like this Global Green Pothos. And so we're just going to continue to pick up some more of these Costa Farms plants. Let me know in the comment section what you think about some of these Costa Farms plants. What Costa Farms plants you've actually added to your plant collection, which ones have actually worked well for you. I would say the majority of my Aglaonema collection before I started getting Aglaonema from overseas ended up being from Costa Farms. And you can see right here, this is a stunning Monstera Peru for $19.98. I mean, look at how massive the leaves are. And this is a prime example of how you can enjoy a green foliage leaf plant and not have to have it be a variegated plant. This is another one that I have been eyeing for a while, and I would love to get a large form like this one, and it's really budget friendly again for only $19.98 by Costa Farms. plant folies, as you can see right here, I picked up a lot of full lush hanging baskets of plants, and they even have this again, $15.98. This is the plant price. Budget friendly, one that would save you some money if you're looking for some budget friendly plants. Aglaonema silver base. So when you think about it, I would say the Costa Farms problem again is just, how many times have I repeated myself on this video? Just the fact that they just have so many plants that they can actually produce and get readily available in the market for budget-friendly prices. You can see this is like how many Philodendron Birkins have you seen throughout. Now, the thing about Philodendron Birkin is it is influenced by the amount of light you give it. The more bright and direct light, you'll get more white margins, white variegation out of it. And let's go ahead and take a look at some more of these trending tropical plants. For instance, take a look at this Monstera Thai constellation for $29.98. This one has pretty decent variegation. Now, the thing about Monstera Thai constellations is you want to look for one if you want more variegation or the initial genetics of the plant. Find one that's a little bit higher variegation. This one has balanced variegation. It's got a good speckling on it. And the thing about Monstera Thai constellations is that they will never really revert all the way to green because this is a stable variegated plant. And you can see that Monstera Thai constellations, when they used to be hundreds and even thousands of dollars, are now only for $29.98. When you look at the Costa Farms self-watering planter, the Costa Farms trending tropical plants, Monstera Thai constellation. So I have several Monstera Thai constellations in my collection. The thing about Monstera Thai constellation is you do have to plan for when the size gets large, because if you give it the right care conditions, and I would say try not to overwater your Monstera Thai constellation, they tend to get root rot. And if you give them a moss pole or some type of support, they're going to fenestrate and grow larger plants, size leaves. And then over here, we have another Syndapsis, Trubii Moonlight, beautiful metallic looking Syndapsis. And there's just so many different varieties of Syndapsis coming around. So as I do this big box store plant shopping video, just know that when you see my PlantCon 2025 Houston content, hopefully I'll be able to feature some more of those different types of Syndapsis. And then Raven's Easy, one of the easiest plants, one that Costa Farms has produced for only $19.98. So let's just continue to go plant shopping at this big box store and really just talk about Costa Farms plants. So when we talk about the Costa Farms problem, the Costa Farms problem is the fact that, again, they have all of these plants. Look at this, all of these different types of philodendron. So this is a philodendron painted lady. And then we have some beautiful variegated philodendrons like this philodendron white knight here. As far as the amount of philodendron that Costa Farms has released into the market and has made it more readily available for the general public, I think that is amazing. And for only $29.98, those are the philodendron you would get. And take a look at this, philodendron ring of fire. They also had a philodendron golden crocodile. So right now, throughout this video, we have seen at least 4 different types of philodendron, 3 of them being variegated philodendrons. And I would say maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, that would not be a possibility at a big box store. You know, a lot of these plants though are tissue culture plants. So I totally understand that, you know, with the rise of tissue culture, most nurseries aside from Costa Farms is able to mass produce these plants. But the good thing thing about it is you don't have to break your bank. You can actually afford these plants. And for me, I have so many of these variegated philodendrons because of Costa Farms, because they made it more readily available. And then I just wanted to pan around here and just show you their exotic angel line. So there's a combination of 5-inch planters and 3.5-inch planters. The 3.5-inch planters are going to be for $5.98. The 5-inch ones are going to be $8.98. This one right here is a Dracaena stondriana. This one is considered the lucky bamboo, even though it's not a bamboo. But look at that beautiful variegation. As far as the Dracaena, that one is not drought tolerant. You do need to consistently water it. And we're just going to go pick up a couple of more of their exotic angel plants right here. You can see that they just have so many trays of beautiful plants. So if you want to start a plant collection and you want to go ahead and just have a budget haul, and I think I'm going to do that, actually set a budget and go big box store plant shopping specifically for Costa Farms plants. We'll see what kind of plants I would actually end up with. Again, plant foldies, if you like daily plant shopping videos but want a little bit more insights with my personal plants, my personal blog, anything that is related to me outside of just plants in general, consider joining my YouTube membership tier. You can click on the link on the comments section that's pinned. It's only for the price of a cup of coffee for only $2.99. You'll have more access to some of my more personalized videos aside from big box store plant shopping. So for all of the super plant foldies that have joined the YouTube membership tier, really appreciate it. As I've said earlier in the video, it does make it more sustainable in terms of me continuing this YouTube plant shopping video channel, and I'm able to actually acquire more plants, take care of my little baby chickens. I am going to have a new blog about that, but before we get into that, I am going to say Hydra Helix. I know that you guys also count on me saying that. That one is the Bettina Ivy. And then you can see over here, we've got a Croton Sunny Star for only $5.98. So we'll just keep picking up some of these plants, and then I'm going to wrap up this video soon. I am just super fortunate to live out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area where I have access to so many big box store places like this Lowe's, and you can even see here $30.98 beautiful bonsai, or what I would consider pre-bonsai by Costa Farms. So not only does Costa Farms delve into like indoor tropical plants, they're now getting into bonsai as well as outdoor plants. So we'll see how far Costa Farms takes it in terms of just having even more plant selection. That is the Costa Farms problem on plant foldies, is they just have so many beautiful plants, so many to choose from. And I mean, you can see even the organization of Lowe's at this specific Lowe's. Kudos to the staff and team for having a beautiful, presentable representation of what Costa Farms plants really look like at a big box store. They're super healthy, priced affordably, and hopefully And hopefully you've enjoyed my big box store plant shopping video today featuring the Costa Farms problem. And really there isn't the Costa Farms problem that you might be thinking. All I'm going to say is this: the Costa Farms problem at this big box store is there's just so many plants to pick from, so many healthy plants at affordable prices. So again, my name is Richie at Growfolds. If you enjoyed this type of content, please consider pressing the subscribe button with all the notification bell on. Know that there are other videos that are going to pop up on the left side of the screen at the end that you can binge and watch. I would love for you to leave some comments. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.